Hey guys, it's Nicole and today I'll be talking about my 2021 bullet journal setup. This is actually the first time I'm doing a bullet journal. I'm a complete beginner. I've been wanting to start a bullet journal for a really long time. So I thought 2021 would be a really excellent time to start a bullet journal. So this is the lurk term one. Lurk term. Yes, and it's a very popular bullet journal and it's in this really nice muted green. I'll be just walking you through the skeleton of my bullet journal. I didn't fill out a lot of things and a lot of events yet because I wanted to really take my time to do that. The skeleton is there. It's still very minimal and simple. Yeah, this is just what I think will really work for me. Without further ado, let's get on to the video.
Hello passengers, this is your captain speaking and I will be narrating the rest of the video. Hi! I also just wanted to say that I hope everyone is having a lovely holiday and festive season. So let's get started. These are the materials that I'm using. It's really very simple and minimal. I only have a black pen, a pencil, a long ass ruler, a short ass ruler, correction tape, and an eraser. I had some washi tape ready but I didn't end up using it. But if you do want to be a bit more fancy or decorate your bullet journal a lot more, washi tape is a great way to do that, or so the bullet journal YouTubers tell me. Anyway, so my first page is actually the key. So even though I've never had an official bullet journal, I did have like notebooks or post-it notes that I used a lot. So I'm just keeping things familiar to me, so I'm using a lot of the same bullets that I've used for the longest time. And now flipping the page, this is going to be my year overview kind of page where I have the calendar for the year, and on the left I just made a little drawing. It's actually an attempt at daffodils because daffodils are actually my birth month flower, and it also symbolizes new beginnings, which I think is so apt for this season in my life and just the theme of a new year in general. So this is how this spread looks. It's really very simple. I just added the title for each month as well so that it's a little more comprehensive. And because I am a beginner, I have a lot of pencil markings that I use to help me out, but it's Gucci, you know, you can just erase the pencil markings afterwards. I also made quite a few mistakes, but it's also Gucci because you can use the handy dandy correction tape for these happy little accidents. Praise the Lord for corrective measures. Now flipping the page, this page is going to be a more in-depth future log. So it's still kind of an overview of the year, but I have a lot more space for each month for me to kind of write down the major events that are happening, like birthdays or holidays or just big deadlines that I have to meet. And this was really inspired by some of the Pinterest bullet journal spreads that I've seen. I love Pinterest. I'll put the link to the resources in the description bar below, as I always do, because I believe that people need to be credited for what they do as much as possible. I do try. But anyway, this is how this looks. So it's 6 months for both pages. So it takes up 4 pages in total, and I really like how it turned out. I think it's going to be really useful. Now moving on to my next page. This page is for my goals and aspirations, milestones, resolutions kind of, but I know some people are really against New Year's resolutions. They don't believe in it, and for me, well, I appreciate having goals, but I don't know about, you know, having actual goals specifically for the new year and things, but I see a lot of value in goal setting, so this spread is for that. So on the left I had a kind of blank page, and at the top I just wrote Dear Future Self. I plan to kind of write a letter to myself just to set the tone for the year and just to see where I was and just to appreciate every little growth that happens along the way. And on the right I have a big box for goals, and at the bottom I have one for milestones, and this is more for YouTube. And honestly, I have a lot of thoughts regarding YouTube. I don't think I can get into it in this video, but I'm just really so excited about YouTube, and I really want to put in more effort into my YouTube channel because it's something that I thoroughly enjoy. Anyway, that's for another video. So some goals that I do have are to continue to read more. I think I did quite a good job this year, but I do want to keep working on it, and also to grow spiritually. I'll talk a bit more about that later on. And also I do want to keep coding. If you watch my previous videos, you know that I transferred out of computer science into communications and new media, but a skill that I do want to keep under my belt is coding, so I do want to keep working on that. Moving on to the next page, this page is just to track the books that I want to read and also the languages that I want to learn. So at the top I put books to read, bottom I put languages to learn, on the right I just put a brain dump, so it's just a page where I can just write anything that I want. And I just thought it's a really useful space for any last minute things I want to track. In languages to learn, in the left column I put like my current standard, or what I think my current standard for the languages that I want to learn are, and on the right I put my goal. So that is that for this page. And now moving on to the next page. So this is my monthly spread. From here on it's just me tracking things for the month. So this is just a really simple and minimal monthly spread. You know, I've seen so many beautiful ones on Pinterest and just on a lot of other bullet journal channels, but yeah, I guess this is where my standard lies for now. Maybe in the future, if I do like bullet journal setup videos for the month, maybe you'll see my improvement, maybe I will see my improvement, but for now this is simple. It's what would work for me. I have just my month, and on the right I have a small column for notes, and when you flip the page I just have my month overview, January overview, and I thought this would be really helpful for me. On the left I have 6 grids: deadlines, goals, events, videos, verse, and note. And the verse cell or box is something that I'm really excited about. Like, I do want to grow a lot more spiritually in 2021, so I think having a verse to anchor me for each month is going to be very helpful. It's gonna keep me a lot more grounded and meditative throughout the month, I hope, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna be a lot more stable in 2021, especially in terms of my faith. And onto the next page, I have just a little habit tracker section. I have 3 habits that I do want to track because anything more is just going to be too overwhelming. So the first one is quiet time, the next is workout, and the third one is study. So study can be anything, like as long as I'm learning something for the day. And below I just have another brain dump for the month. Now moving on to my weekly spreads. So once again, it's really simple and minimal. No drawings, no colors even, but I think there are going to be a lot more colors once I actually do start filling in the bullet journal. So I'm glad that I started off really simple and plain with black and white. It's a nice starting point for me. So anyway, the first 2 weeks of January I put the week in just 1 page, and that's because I don't have school yet. School hasn't started, so I don't see myself having a lot of things on my to-do list, which is why I fit the week into 1 page. So these are the first 2 weeks of January, and I start school on 11th January, so that's when my week spans across 2 pages now, and I foresee a lot of things happening in school, and I think I'm going to be really busy next semester. So I think this would be enough space for me to kind of jot down the things I have to do for the day. Also, at the end of the week I have a next week column, which I think is going to be really helpful for me to kind of compile the things I have to do for the next week, or gather the things that I didn't manage to finish in the current week. So I think that's really helpful. And that is just how the rest of my weeks look for the month of January. Really simple, very minimal. I think that's like the 5th time I'm using those adjectives in this video, but I think that's the best way to describe my bullet journal for 2021. And that is that for this video. I just want to thank you guys again for supporting my channel and for being here watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and if you do want to connect with me more, you can message me on Instagram. I'd be happy to just talk to you guys, see how you guys are doing. I'm just really excited about the prospect of being able to connect with a lot of different people on YouTube. So yes, that is that for this video. I just pray that you stay safe, happy, and healthy wherever you are. Bye!